joined now here by CBU Ladybucks women's coach Sarah Condra. And Coach, thought we had them right where we wanted them. Heading into that fourth quarter, we were up even a little bit, I think, heading into that fourth. And one of the few times I can remember this year, did not outscore that team in the fourth quarter. Just wasn't able to close like we have in the last couple of games. Just a couple big victories. This was a tough one tonight here at home. Yeah, it was, and I knew it was going to be. You know, Valdosta is a good team. They've played some really close games, and I knew eventually they were going to pull one of those out. And unfortunately, I just didn't feel like we played with as much energy and as much passion as they did. I think they won a lot of the 50-50 balls, loose balls. Obviously, they killed us on rebounding, and you know, I've preached that's an effort stat. 15 offensive rebounds. We told them one of the big keys was winning the battle in the paint, and one of those things would be, you know, keeping them off the offensive boards, and we didn't do a very good job of that tonight. So extremely disappointing. You know, we talked all week about not having a hangover. You know, we're not done. That's not the highlight of the season. You know, we have a great opportunity going into Christmas, and we blew it. Yeah. We just flat out blew it. And no, I won't say we blew it. Valdosta took it. Valdosta came in here and they beat us. They played well. Beat us. They played well. How, you know, I was wondering, I looked at your practice schedule you sent, and all you had was finals for this whole week. Mm-hmm. How do you work around, especially with an academic school like CBU? I mean, not other schools don't, but how do you work around schedules as far as with the finals after such an emotional win Saturday and then try to be ready on Thursday? Yeah. I mean, there looks like some tired players out there tonight versus other times. Yeah, we did look tired, you know, but not an excuse. I just wondered how that affects your practice. It does affect it because, you know, like, you don't know. You got to get their exam schedules and see when you can go. And, you know, like Monday we went in the evening, and then we went kind of Tuesday mid-morning, late morning. And then, you know, like Wednesday we had to go late morning again because we would have practiced that evening, but we had to provide a practice time for Valdosta. So that, you know, so like a couple of those we practiced with one of our players, you know, both days, because it's about the only way we can do it, you know. It just didn't look as crisp for whatever reason tonight as we had. And, we didn't. You know, I mean, the assists were still pretty good, 18 on 23 baskets, 40% overall. 14 turnovers, though, 7 each half, and some of them were really not forced necessarily. Like I say, we just weren't quite on for whatever reason. We were not crisp. No, it just statistically, you look at it, and we were right there. It's just, I could feel it in our team. Yeah. I could feel the energy level from the very beginning. And I know we took finals, but you know what? Nobody cares. Yeah. Nobody cares. You know, Valdosta just played West Florida on Monday, got on a bus and traveled 9 hours here, you know, like I'm sure they're tired too, you know, so we can't use that as an excuse, you know, because in real life nobody cares. Yeah. You know, they just care that you do your job. Right. And that's what we needed to do, and I just the energy level wasn't there from the very beginning. Hopefully they can get it back for another big game. All of them are, but we'll talk about it in a few minutes for West Florida. But, you know, you mentioned the rebounds, and again, we've mentioned her off and on. Michaela Blissett, 9 rebounds tonight. Yeah. Against, they're a pretty big team underneath. Yes. And again, that's effort, like you say, that just she was able to be in the right place, the right time, hustle. Yeah. I mean, there were several very good parts of the game tonight, but there were some disappointing parts too. Samantha Reeves, I thought was an ankle. Thank goodness was just a cramp evidently when she went down. Sam looked a little tired tonight too, just not quite on. She still had a pretty good game, obviously, 17 and 3, but like I say, I know it was frustrating to you. I know I saw you call the timeout and really jumped in them trying to get them to realize you got to do more. I mean, you know. I called that timeout. I just, you know, been calm, trying to be calm, you know, and I thought, well, maybe if I jump in them a little bit, that'll light their fire. But it just didn't, you know, like it's not that we didn't play hard, you know, I just didn't feel the fight and the energy that I felt in the last week. And I just, sometimes that's hard you can't just turn it on and turn it off. And I told them, you know, like, you can't think that not every time we're going to show up in the fourth quarter and all of a sudden turn it on.
Right.
It's going to come back and bite us in the butt, and it came back and bit us in the butt.
Yeah. I think what it is, we didn't miss enough layups early in the game.
Yeah.
Because usually when we miss the layups, we come back and win.
Right.
So have them miss layups instead of hit layups early, and then I think we have them right where we need them. But no, West Florida up at Union tonight. That's probably a heck of a game. I haven't looked to see who got that
beat
one.
them.
Union did win. So
I think it was like 74-66 or something like that.
yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of 1-1, 1-2, 2-1s, and that'll be another. I can't remember what they were picked, but I know the last several years they've had really good teams, and I'm sure they have another one coming in here Saturday.
They're good, and the thing that scares me about them is I feel like they crashed the boards as hard, if not harder, than Valdosta. And the way that we've gone to the boards, that worries me. So that's going to be a tough game. We played them pretty tight here last year. We had a good comeback here. We played them pretty well, but last year they beat us twice, and they've got their core back, and it's going to be tough. We can't come in here and play flat, and now that we've got a couple of signature wins, people are going to look at us a little differently, and we've got to be prepared for that, and that's part of the maturing process, of realizing you can't take plays off and you can't take games off, and hopefully we come back in here fired up and ready to go.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Well, I appreciate you coming by again. I was going to see if I need to track you down or what, but you're getting this halftime routine down.
I'm figuring it out.
That's right. But thank you for stopping by. Tough loss tonight, but again, there was almost just enough there to get over the hump. Hopefully they'll get some rest tonight, good practice tomorrow, come back out and get a big win Saturday against West Florida.
Let's hope so.
All right. Thank you very much.